Back to the next video. In today's video I will show you how to create app shortcuts for your Flutter app for Android. So this video basically will be for Android. For iOS I will make a separate video. So yeah, let's get started. Let's have a look at the output of our demo. So here is my Android project, my Android app, and if I long click on this, here you can see there is one shortcut which is already added as soon as the app is installed. Like this is called a static shortcut, which is automatically added. The user doesn't have to do anything. And second is dynamic shortcut. So if I open my app, I can click on dynamic shortcut button. So the shortcut has been added, and if I go to my app again, and here you can see like coding with nobody, that shortcut has been added. So dynamic shortcut, you might have seen it for WhatsApp. So if you are chatting with a user frequently, then that user shortcut has automatically added to your WhatsApp app. And suppose later on if you decide to delete the chat, or you're not talking with that user frequently, then that shortcut, dynamic shortcut, is automatically removed as well. So to remove this shortcut, just click on remove dynamic shortcut, and if I go back to the output, here you can see that that dynamic shortcut has been removed. Back to the so this is our app, right? And if I click on this static shortcut, so here you can see the text above has been changed to static. Suppose if I add dynamic shortcut, I'll go back to my app, I'll long press, I'll click on dynamic shortcut. Here you can see the text has been changed. So what I did was go to your main.dart, and you will have to refactor your home page widget. So here you can see I have created a method channel. So this will be for adding and removing our dynamic shortcut, and this is an event channel which will help us to know once a user has clicked on a static or dynamic shortcut, and it will help us to fetch what the user has clicked on. Unfortunately, there is some issue with that, which I will get back to you. I think it is a limitation from the Flutter side and not from the Android side, and not how I'm coding it, because it works on native Android perfectly fine. I will get back to what the issue is. And here you can see I have created an event channel for that. So once I received what the user has clicked on, I'm just saving it inside our data variable. And here I have just taken two text button, one for adding the dynamic channel, so I'm invoking add dynamic, similarly for removing dynamic as well, and I have just taken one text just to print out what the user has clicked on, like which shortcut the user has clicked on. Now open your Android folder inside Android Studio. Firstly, regarding static shortcuts, so what you will have to do, firstly I have added two drawables. So we require some images for displaying the static shortcut and dynamic shortcut. So you can add any images, it can be PNG or JPEG image as well. I have just taken vector assets. Next you will have to create inside strings.xml, you will have to create these three tags for static shortcuts, because if you try to hard code those values, those won't compile with Android Studio. I was facing issue. So I have added a short label, a long label, and a disabled message. These are all for our static shortcut. Next you will have to create an XML folder, inside that create shortcuts.xml, and here you can define multiple shortcuts. So also another thing is, this static shortcuts are only available from Min SDK version 25. So you will have to go to your build.gradle file and update the Min SDK version to 25. And if you see shortcuts.xml, here inside over here you can define multiple shortcuts. So I have just defined one shortcut, and the shortcut ID is static, and I have set it as enabled. Here you can use your own drawable, and here are the three strings which we have defined inside strings.xml. and here I have defined an intent for our app, and this should be your package name. So if you want, you can see your package name over here, and this should reference again package name dot main activity. And here you can give some key value. So for now I have just given key as shortcut underscore ID and value is static, but you can give whatever you want to. Next you will have to go to your Android manifest.xml, and you will have to define this metadata tag within this activity XML. So refer your static shortcuts which you have defined. Next, if you go to main activity, now to handle it, so firstly what I have done is that I have created a network channel. Okay, because we need to send data once we have clicked on static or dynamic shortcut. And in on configure flutter engine, I have defined that. Okay, so I'm initializing our event sync. Next, ignore this method channel for now. And if you see, once our event sync has been defined, I am calling this handle intent. And inside handle intent, we are actually passing the intent on what the user has clicked on. So if the user has clicked on static, I am sending the static text back to the flutter side. So here you can see this is the key, this is the value. And if you go inside shortcuts.xml, this was the key, this was the value, right? So that's what we are referring over here. Now the issue is that this does not work. If you like, calling this over here is a bad idea according to me, but the reason why I had to call it over here, because the event sync needs to be initialized first before we call this handle intent. Like, I have tried moving it outside over here, but this does not work because this is an asynchronous operation and takes some time to get initialized, and by that time handle intent has already fired. Also, I have tried it moving it inside on create, on start, or on resume. Even that wasn't working. But if I moved it over here, at least it was working for static intents, but this is not working for dynamic intents. So maybe for dynamic intents you will get a callback over here, so you might have to store data locally. Like, you can use a preference data store or a shared preference, and there inside your, once your Flutter app is open, you can maybe somehow check whether that particular key was added in shared preference or not, and according to that you can do some operation, whatever operation you prefer. But yeah, that is a very hacky way. Unfortunately, I couldn't find it. If you know a better way, do let me know in the comment. Dynamic activity. So what I have done is that I have created this method channel for our shortcut platform, and here I have created this two identifiers which we are using on the Flutter side. And now if you want to add a dynamic shortcut, you can use something like this. Dynamic shortcuts are mostly used, so if you remember, if you have used WhatsApp, if you have chatted with some person, then that person is automatically added to your shortcut. So for those kind of use cases, dynamic shortcut would be great. So this is how you add a dynamic shortcut. And so here you can see, again, I have used same shortcut ID as key and dynamic. So this is not the key of your dynamic shortcut, so this is the key or identifier of your dynamic shortcut. This is for sending and receiving the data, so key for it. And we are using same key, and for dynamic this will be called. If you are interested in pinned shortcuts as well, do let me know in the comments. I have not seen many people use it, that's why I have not created tutorial for that. And to remove a dynamic shortcut, just give it ID and you can call something like this. So yeah, and that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.